The common flu may not land you here in the hospital. However, similar symptoms such as lack of appetite, loss of energy, and even fever may be more serious. For Greg Lesko's son, Mark, those signs required immediate medical attention.
We got a call at the end of December that our son Mark was going back into the hospital. He had been in previously for what they thought was pneumonia. And about an hour later, we get a call from his wife, Erica, saying that he's going into ICU. So we hopped on a plane and went out there, thinking it was pneumonia, thinking that, well, we'd only be about a week. We'd be there to help him, help her, go through the daily duties and help him out as best we can, and we'd be back. Well, a day after he was in this one hospital, they kind of realized they were in over their heads. There was something more going on they didn't understand. Fortunately, they lived outside of Richmond, Virginia, and the Virginia Commonwealth University Medical Center is there, which is one of the leading teaching hospitals in the country. They got him transferred to there immediately. Thank goodness, because it pretty much saved his life at the time. Started testing him for everything. They pretty much figured out what he had by what he didn't have. They narrowed it down to about 3 things. Finally determined that it was Wegener's granulomatosis.
Wegener's is a form of a disease called a vasculitis. These are inflammatory diseases where the immune system produces inflammation. It's why the immune system gets activated and causes this inflammation, which causes all the damage, we don't know. So the cause of Wegener's is unknown.
That took about a week to get that diagnosis back because they had to send it out. There aren't that many laboratories in the country that test for Wegener's.
It can be difficult to diagnose if you don't see a lot of it and if you don't think of it. But in my specialty, we think of it all the time when we see someone who has symptoms in multiple organs. Commonly it presents as a pneumonia because people are sick, they have fevers, because it's inflammation, they're short of breath. The chest x-ray looks pretty dramatic, so it often looks much worse than a typical pneumonia.
He fought for 69 days. And we were making progress in some areas, and then we'd have a setback. And then we'd make progress and overcome that, and then we'd have a setback. He fought hard.
Wegener's affects about 1 in every 50,000 people. Because of new approaches to treatment, survival rates have grown to over 90%. Mark's doctors were working around the clock to help fight this overpowering disease.
The medical team at VCU Medical Center is by far the finest group of people I've gotten to know. We almost became like family. They had more people working on his case than you could ever imagine. I was told by one of the respiratory therapists working with him that you have no idea how many people were working to solve this mystery. He was at one point the sickest person in the hospital, and that's a distinction you don't ever want to have. It's something physicians and medical professionals don't normally do, is to get emotionally involved with their patients. But at Mark's funeral, the nursing staff, the respiratory therapists, the surgeons came and paid their respects. And that was huge. I wonder every day how many people might be dying from this disease that nobody knows about. And early detection of this disease is key. It is the key to treatment. There is no cure for Wegener's right now, but there is manageable treatment if it's caught early enough.
We can treat this disease now. The trick is diagnosing it, and the treatment is very aggressive, but most people, we can stop the disease.
It's important not to ignore the symptoms and the warning signs. Get tested. If your physician dismisses it saying, nah, you've just got a cold, find another physician, because he may not know. It's your life. Take care of it. I am determined to not let his life be in vain.